Hey, what's up guys, I'm Marco and today I will show you how to create a simple blog system using Azure Service Bus plus Azure Blob, CosmosDB and Azure Functions with C#. I chose a blog system because this is a very simple scenario for you to understand easily how event-driven application works on practice, but in your real life you will probably have better uses of this. Oh, and don't confuse blob with blog. You know what blog is, right? Maybe you are not familiar with the term blob. Well, blob is the abbreviation of binary large objects, in short, it's files. So we are talking about the storage containing files similar to your computer hard drive. So a blob in Azure means files stored in the cloud. Without much introduction, let's bake the potato right now. First, we need to create the services. I will start with the blob. Search for blob and choose storage accounts. Click on the Create button. Let's create a new resource group called RG Blog System or any name that you wish. And you must supply a name for your storage account, and this name cannot be in use by another Azure account in global terms. So put something like blob and some number. I will keep the region as US East, performance standard, and set the redundancy to all RS. Do not spend much money. Advanced, keep everything as default. Same for networking, data protection, encryption and tags. On the review, click the Create button. Oh, looks like our blob has been created, but we need to complete one step. Click on the capabilities and then static website. Set this to enabled. Index document, put index.html and on error put error.html. Now click on the $web link. It could be a good idea to upload some file just to test our blob. Let's search some empty HTML with Bootstrap page on Google. Yeah, this one here looks good. Let's steal it. Click on the raw button and save it in somewhere on your local disk with the name index.html. I will put on my desktop folder. Oh, and duplicate this very same file with a different name, template.html. Now let's upload the files to our blob. Click on the Upload button. Select the file and voila! Now do it again with template.html. Now return to our storage account and select static website on the blade. Copy this URL. Paste in a new tab. Good, looks like our blob is now really ready. Just one more thing. Go to the Access key. Click on the Show button and then copy it. Open a notepad and paste the key over there. Time to configure our CosmosDB. Search for Cosmos and select Azure CosmosDB. Click on the Create button. Choose the first option. Set the resource group as the same that you created before, in my case it was RG Blog System. Account name, put CosmosDB and some other random number. It's like a username, should be unique on the platform. Location, use the same location of the blob, East US. Let's concentrate everything on the same region, East US, okay? I have a plan in the future to create a full video about CosmosDB covering everything about it, so it's not the intention of this video to cover CosmosDB. If you don't know what CosmosDB is, in a short explanation, it's a NoSQL database like MongoDB, Firebase and others, okay? Now back to setup. Let's use serverless as capacity mode. You can go direct to the button Review plus Create. After validation, press the Create button. To save time in another step, I will keep the data container already created. So go to the resource, click on Data Explorer, New Container, create a database called BlogDB, and a container called Posts. Keep partition key as it is and press the OK button. Go to the resource. We need to take a note about few stuffs. Click on the case blade, copy the URI and paste on the notepad. Back to Cosmos and copy the primary key. And paste on the notepad. Yeah, I know, I'm exposing some keys over here, right? It's not good, correct? Don't worry, I will be deleting this whole resource group before I publish this video. Okay, CosmosDB is ready for us. Time to set up Service Bus. Search for Service Bus and select Service Bus on the drop-down. Click on Create. Same resource group, put some name like Service Bus and some other random number. And same region of the other services. Pricing tier. This is something very important. Not just because the price changes, the feature changes as well, and we will not be capable to achieve our results if you use the cheapest option. If you choose Basic, which is the cheapest, you will only be capable to create queues. If you use Standard or Premium, you can create topics as well. So what's the difference? Well, queue is a very simple and very cheap and very interesting solution as well for simple needs. When I say simple needs means one message for one sender only. So in other words, you create a message and a service that will be listening to that queue will be responsible to handle the message. You cannot send the same message to more than one receiver when you are working with queues. With topics it's different. We have one message, services that will subscribe to topics, and the same message can be distributed among the services. So let's choose Standard for now. Go direct to Review plus Create button, and press the Create button after validation. Now go to the resource and press the plus topic button. Name will be New Blog Entry. I promise someday to explain in detail about the Azure Service Bus. In a short to supply you an overview of these properties. Max topic size is a bit obvious. It's the size of the storage for storing pending messages to the topic. If, for example, a service fails and are not capable anymore to handle messages, the messages starts to accumulate. Message TTL is the maximum time of a message can stay awaiting without be processed and get discarded. Auto-delete on idle topic is similar to message TTL, but it applies to the whole topic, and at this time no need to keep it selected. Enable duplicate detection. You can guess. If the service bus receives a message which is already on the queue, this will be discarded. Enable partitioning. I think I will skip this for now, since the idea here is a basic overview about Service Bus and how to use that. Partitioning deserves a long video about it, it's not so easy to explain in 1 or 2 minutes. As I said, I have plans to create a fully dedicated video about Azure Service Bus. Stay tuned! Oh, I will not use this now, so keep it blank. Now, time to create the subscriptions. Click on the previously created topic, and then subscriptions. You will have 2 services and 2 subscriptions. The first is create page and the other will be update index. I will explain it better, no worries, will be easy to understand. Max delivery count keep as 10. Once again, I have plans to create a full video about Service Bus, blah blah blah, so I will supply very short and rude overviews. Anyway, max delivery count is the number of attempts to send a message and receive a feedback that the message was really received and processed. Let's say that you receive a poisoned JSON that's causing crashes in your service. Your service will never mark the message as read, right? Instead, probably your server will be executed again and again and again, and after 10 crashes this poisoned message will be moved to the dead lettering. Got it? And since there is a lot of parameters to explain here and we have plans to keep everything as default except the max delivery count of course, just press the create button. Now create another subscription, update index, 10 again as maximum delivery count. One more thing, return to the Service Bus namespace and go to the Shared Access Policies blade. Click on the root Managed Shared Access key. Copy the primary connection string and put it on your notepad. Okay, environment is all set. Time for action, gentlemen, start your engine. Open your Visual Studio and create a new Azure Functions project called Blob System. Keep additional information as it is and press the Create button. Okay, before start something, we need to add a package. Microsoft Azure Web Jobs Extension Service Bus. Please install it. And then install this package as well, the storage. And then the CosmosDB package. But before proceeding, let's understand the architecture behind. As you can see, it's simple. We will have one interface that will be responsible to receive data and spread the message to two services. One service will be responsible to create a page for the blog, and the other will be responsible for creating the index page of the blog and the entries pointing to the articles, and also updating and storing to the database containing titles and excerpts. Okay, let's structure a bit our application. This default created HTTP trigger will be our interface. So basically, we will receive data and then this will be responsible for spreading the message. Rename it to sendmessage.cs. Authorization level set to anonymous. Method post only. Let's create a model inside the same CS file to be more quick. This will be our model. Let's clean up the default code and prepare to receive our model structure. Okay, now let's prepare it to handle our service bus. Put the name of the queue that we created previously and as connection put service_con. In order to run our application locally, we need to add some entries on our local.settings.json file. Open it. And fill the values on the notepad. So place those values. The properties key of this JSON must contain values that's actually in your notepad. 2 values for CosmosDB, 1 for the blob, and another for the service bus. Back to our endpoint. Yes, the string inside the connection parameter we will get from local settings JSON file. Now try to keep your code as you can see on the screen. Pause the video if necessary. 1, 2, 3. A brief explanation about the code. We set the name of our service bus topic here and the connection name related to the local settings file here. Also, we put our new post model on our iCollector. Then we stored or received the data and put it to a variable, and then we add it to the topic. Okay, our interface is done. You may be a bit anxious, right? If I need to touch in some solid result, I presume. Alright, run the project. Copy this URI. Open your Postman. In a new tab, paste the URI and set the method to post. Let's create the body. Set to raw and JSON. Use this JSON on the screen. Find some blog that you like and put something here. I will be using this one here. So put the title, excerpt, tags, and the body. You better open a notepad to clean up double quotes, okay? I will do it. I will put some breaks HTML to keep it better. Don't forget the ID as well. Okay, call the endpoint. Apparently everything was okay, let's check it. Open your Service Bus on Azure portal. Then go to Topics and choose New Blog Entry. Then go to the Create Page subscription. I notice a number on the subscription. It's a good sign, so click Pick from Start. Hey, I can recognize that JSON in preview, yay, click on it. Yes, it's our post, so our interface is working like a charm. It means that it's time to create our listeners, the services that will read the message and perform the actions. Returning to Visual Studio, stop the execution. Create a new Azure Functions file called pagecreate.cs. Type is Service Bus Topic Trigger. Connection string should be the same we defined on local settings.json file, and the topic name is the same we defined on the service bus. And this trigger in particular will be responsible to create pages for our blog system, so use the subscription create page. This will create a minimal code that will be capable to receive messages. Now try to keep your code like this, I mean pause the video and do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a brief explanation of the code. First, we need to receive the message and then frame it on our model. Then we need to read the blank template from the blob and store it in a variable. We will inject the information from the message into the template variable and then create a new HTML containing the new content. Let's do some tests to see it working so far. Execute the project. Check the output window. See, the page created service has been invoked and executed. If you return to your browser and check the message counts, you will notice that there is no active message anymore because we just consumed it right now. In other words, the message has been vanished because it was flagged as read. And could be a good idea to see if it's really working. Open your storage account and go to the containers. Look inside the folder $web. Yes, I can see the file over there. It's the ID we specified on JSON and HTML. Click on the file and copy to the URL. Paste to your browser. Oh sorry, never mind, this will not work. Return to the storage account, static website, copy the primary endpoint. back to that 404 on your browser, select and replace the full qualified domain and the $web by the content on clipboard. Looks nice, it's our new blog post page. So now let's go to the last stage, handle the index of our blog, I mean the index page containing titles, hyperlinks and excerpts. Create a new file called updateindex.cs, can be a simple CSS class. And okay, this is the code we'll be using. If you wish, pause the video to copy to your Visual Studio. 1, 2, 3. Explaining a bit the code, as I said, it's very similar of the page create class. The difference is that this one stores entries on the database and instead create one page for each new post, it's recreate a single page containing all the entries with title, hyperlink and the excerpt. So in every event of a new blog entry, the index.html will be re-rendered again with content from the database and point to the created page that has been created from our other service. Before execute, do me a favor, please delete from the blob our previous entry. Good. Just keep index.html and template.html over there. Now execute the project in Visual Studio. Go to your Postman and run the endpoint again. Okay, after executed, go to your storage account, static website, copy the primary endpoint and paste it in a new tab of your browser. Yes, as you can see, there is a title and an excerpt over there. Click on the title. Good, looks nice. Now go back to your Postman. Change the ID and the title and try the endpoint again. Just one more time, repeat the procedure. Put another ID and another title and execute. Okay, now return to the browser containing the index page. Refresh. Well, that's it. Our blog system works fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have doubts, I will be more than happy to try to clarify. See you in the next video.